Is your den clouded in a funky, ethereal haze? Did she stop coming over because it smells like a stinkweed imp died weeks ago? Laying in Den Guard, Clump and Seal has you covered. Advanced Pride Mage technologies create a feral invocation against the smells of your litter box, so you can get back to the things that really matter. Pride Mage is excited to bring you Den Guard, our strongest odor blocker to date.
Propaganda, propaganda, it's a time for propaganda, time to grab your brews and your commons. Propaganda, propaganda, open up your best ideas, time to watch deluxeicoff brew a deck for you.
Hey everybody, it's bright and early. I put up Mind Stab Throw here to a way of giving thanks to Mind Stab Throw for always being so early to the show. Anyway, this is one of the lists. Don't worry, we're not playing it. It is a pretty powerful little card, though. 7 a.m. deluxeicoff time. That's right. Yeah, I got a pickleball tournament. You'd be laughing at us. My wife and I, we got this whole, it's a Christmas-themed pickleball tournament, so I've got the whole get-up. I'm even going to be wearing stockings while I play, so maybe I'll share a picture if anybody's remotely curious. But off to Pauper Land. Here we go. All right. So this is, I've always loved White Infect, and I've always been a little frustrated at the mana base, and adding black to it does a few things. One, it gives us this nice little flyer here. It also gives us extreme recursion in this and recommission, so it is like we're playing 19 quality infect creatures instead of having to kind of, a lot of times, what is it, the Artifact Mirror, the 1/1 that turns into a 3/3. It's great in combat, but I'm not really after combat, so actually it was kind of the weakest of the ones that I had, so I'd rather go with the Evasion and the Plague Stinger. But this has a nice upside in the Basilica, being able to draw multiple times off of Grotto, and also, not telling tales out of school, everybody knows, this has a really weird ability of making your mana right. Even with 2 land hands and you're stuck on them, you can still get to 3. It just saves a lot of draws, and I've really been liking the mana base in this. So anyway, so yeah, we've got 4 Grottos, 3 Basilica, a lot of basics, and then 4 Sinkholes for a grand total of 20. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Propaganda time. Hey, thanks for joining me nice and early, everybody. Yeah, we got all kinds of good times. Yeah, I missed the. I got to get the other Mind Stab Throw artwork, the one with the little dude running in. This one's pretty terrifying too, though. But anyway, off to the list. We got 4 Bodyguards to keep things safe, 4 Blessings to keep things really safe. The Umbra. 4 Sentinel's Eyes, 3 Solid Footings. Back to this plan, I'll tell you about that in a minute. 2 Bonesplitters, 4 Unearth, 4 Priests, 3 Stingers, 4 Commissions, and 4 Leonins. What you'll notice here is that we're not running either Glitters, which my other lists do have, but they're quite different, and also Ethereal Armor. When you play Ethereal Armor, you obviously have to make room for it, so you lose something like a Solid Footing and a Bonesplitter, and then you realize that you've really only got 8 enchantments that are kind of there to boost it, and a lot of times it's just not that. You don't really want to go all in with this style because you don't want it to get blown out by enchantment hate or artifact hate. So it runs this little hybrid engine of efficiency, and so that's why I love Sentinel's Eyes. A lot of times this is that bait card. They go, oh yeah, I'm going to kill that. And it's like, okay, I'll bring back the creature, I'll bring back the enchantment. Or, you know, you cast Bonesplitter, they kill the creature, you just re-equip it again. So it's this constant threat damage. And when you add that in with hard to kill stuff or first strike, or it's protected from their list, it can get pretty cool pretty quick. Another reason we don't go with the artifact lands here is, if you'll notice, when you do the artifact dance and then you put in Ancient Dens, you're only left with 5 planes. And when you're running cards like Orim's Cure, you've got to be able to lean on that a little heavier there. So I was finding I was in other builds, I was enough about the deck. I'm getting into all these super deep in the weeds here. You guys just probably want to see me play it here. So anyway. Yes, we have 1 Longbow on the side, 3 Revoke Existence. I'm a little worried about the deck we played last week, something that keeps bouncing like Edict effects. So this way we can just get rid of it, make sure it doesn't come back out of the graveyard somehow. 4 Orim's Cure. This is so good against red, even though Swift Spear just got banned. It's still everywhere. 3 Missionaries, more on that. Well, just more because of that. You know, you do need a way to gain life. A lot of times prevention is great, but then they're going to eventually get there. So you want to be able to reset stuff. Plus, we can always keep getting these things back. And 4 Strands. So, without further ado, we're going to jump on over here, go like this, create, and hopefully crush some suckers. Woo! Good times. I'm going to minimize this, and here we go. All right, let's see if we draw good. Here we are. Yeah, don't like the glitter plan for what I was just mentioning earlier, because I did have that. Coffee is good today. Why are these here? I'm not quite sure why my little preview thing's jacked up here. Yeah, we'll keep this. Hello, why is this doing that? Hold on a minute here. That's frustrating. I don't know why this preview's here. Maybe if I kill that, it'll go away. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Here we go. Early in the day, the better coffee. Yeah. Oh, God, I've been up for 3 hours already. And you know, you get that little itch for competition, even though it's just more of like a charity fun event. It's like, I'm a bit too competitive. I want to win. All right, let's see how many minutes this will take. It's a bridge. We will follow that with a sinkhole and see where we go from here. Obviously, they're going to be on the black plan. So another neat thing about playing the black infect flyer is against a snuff out strategy. You've got kind of built-in protection, right? Hello, Propaganda. Finally get to catch your stream on Twitch. Yes. Mango Lore winning. Yeah, we're 2 hours early just today. It's going to be normal time from here on out, but I didn't want to cancel the show on y'all, so I came really quick. The weirdo on Twitch. That's me. Here we go. All right, we got a grotto. I guess it's better to just play a grotto here. Might as well see what we're going to see. I love when we got the solid footing on the Priests of Norn. That's such a neat little trick, because a lot of times they don't block this until they see that you've got that. Okay, we're up against... I'm going to put this on the top. We like that. We'll put out a little sacrificial lamb here. This is probably going to not live to our next turn, but it's nice edict food in the meantime. We really care about that Priests of Norn and slapping that solid footing on it. And in response, if they kill it, we Benevolent Blessing and just win. That's the plan. That's the plan. Gets that new promo at the top from the mothership. Pretty cool. The little, what's that? Like a murder clue sort of set coming up here. I forget what it's called. Yeah, I've been really falling in love with the grotto too. Nice way to sneak in some card draw without really losing any tempo or, you know, setting it up for an actual card. Boy, does this feel fishy, doesn't it? I think we're walking right into a counter spell here, but let's see if we can pull some magic out as far as their cards go. I guess, what, we could equip Sentinel's Eyes, sit back on Blessing, and just play the protection game, maybe? I think it's better to just attack blank. Woo! Hey, you're early. I just checked in for the first time with my nose in the butter of Dutch, as they would say. Okay. Flow working. Nice to hear from you. Thanks for chatting and dropping by and saying hello. But yeah, we're 2 hours early just for today. Today and today only, folks. The problem with running this priest out is if they counter it and then they kill our dude next turn, then we're really up against it, right? But I said I was going to go all in. I'm going to try it. I feel like they have a spell snare, not a real hard counter. But it might be a metallic rebuke, just hard cast here. Come on, a 1/4. That shouldn't bug you too much, right? Ooh. If the game goes long, we just lose Mind Stab Throw. It's actually why I got rid of the... Yep. I play this too much. I should listen to myself. No. We'll let that go. Don't kill my thing. Okay, we're going to go all in on the Leonin here. I should have... My first hunch, I think, was the more correct there. I just love curving out. It's kind of a good thing and a flaw sometimes. There was a flaw that time. Okay, we got to all hear this story for us non-Norwegians or whatnot. Fell with your nose in butter. Explain. I know every culture's got their own little funny tales about it. Not butter, just in general, right? Ooh, all right. What, they just don't have removal, I guess? We got a little lucky. No Galvanic Blast in their hand immediately. Let's see what this is. Thing that sucks about Affinity. Oh, well, that sucks. Thing that sucks about Affinity is a lot of their stuff is not colored, and so we get kind of hammered. Are they going to sack a bridge here? I believe they are. Boink. Down we go. Okay, we really need like a Recommission would be perfect here. Get a nice 2/5 body out of the deal, right? That'd be pretty sweet. Hey, hey, sometimes your deck just likes ya. Woo! Called it off the top. Make sure I'm clicking on the priest. Bloop. Play this out. Bloop. And I don't believe we need to do too much else. I'd rather just sit back on the... What you really want here is for them to Gal Blast it. You know what? Should I just protect it now? Let's just protect it. They might have some little spell snare thing, and then a Gal Blast sneaks through, and then it's all over, you know. Or maybe a Clark Kent Shaman gets out of control later. This way we're just safe. Netherlands expression about being lucky. I haven't really noticed the absence of Swift Spear doing too much to red. I have to say that commission or whatever they're called has done a great job of just these little tweaks that don't seem like they're going to do much, but they end up doing quite a bit. So, boy, this is just playing like a champ now. Woo! Here we go. Blop. I'll play this out. Just in case there's an edict effect, let's commission back this. All right. Blop. Put an Umbra on it so it'll live. At least for a while. I mean, we could do it here. Wait. Oh, God, I just missed the win, didn't I? If I would have just double equipped there, we could have just won. Oh, well. We'll play the slow roll. Now it was, yeah, that would have been 8. I forgot we already infected them, but hey, it's early. I'm going to blame it on not enough coffee, right? Dylan Dog's in the house. Good to see you. Top of the morning to you over here, anyway. Hey, we've got double Umbra. Glad I got that one. All right, Affinity. W. Let's see. Alrighty. Solid footed plan's interesting. Get rid of one of these. One of these. What I'm trying to do is fit in, you would think Revoke Existence. I might want one of those. But I'm not really about that. This is really, really focused on just the blade combo. I want this insurance of Orim's Cure here. I think I play 3 of these. This is actually really going to shine in this matchup. Umbras are good. Solid footing. I could probably lose one of these. I've seen the combo here. Bloop. Let's go. Double Umbra. Yeah. Good times. The Crystal Grotto. Oh, I love this land. Could do with some better art. I mean, it's very on the nose. By itself, it's nice. It's just the frame of this... maybe if I had like an old school frame around that art, I wouldn't mind it as much, but it's just the color palette's all over the place. So I think that's why I kind of avoided it for a while, but you know, I keep thinking this comes into play tapped. It doesn't. That's just so much card. All right, here we go. Let's play a little smarter this time. Well, we've got ways to protect stuff, but if we don't hit a land, we're really screwed. But if we do, we've got a really nice hand. We're on the draw. Let's gamble. We are playing 20 lands. What do y'all say? We got 2 turns to hit a land. Let's keep it. I'm feeling reckless. We can keep stuff alive with Cure and the Bodyguard here for a while. Let's just hit a land and pretend we always had it, right? Sometimes these lists can really mulligan harshly. Land! Woo! I love being right. There we go. Probably playing 1 or even 2 too many lands, but I don't like to get marooned, and you've really got to focus on that opening strategy. So see how vulnerable this Bodyguard looks? He can't protect himself. Of course he can. He's got Orim's Cure in his back pocket, folks. Is that where we're going to blame it on, the eyes? Yeah, I honestly just forgot that we had even attacked, and I looked up and I'm like, oh no, they have 2 poison counters. I could have just killed them right then, but hey. What do you got? There's an inevitability to this list, as is my other White Infect list that I just love. So do we keep this alive? I think we probably want to let this go. But we'll have the Bodyguard back up for next turn. I'm going to keep it alive. We'll target this and we'll tap this. Bloop. And we turn off Red's best early game tempo ability, which is just zapping your first efforts. And now our second efforts will get there. This feels pretty good. Let's find even a base. Oh, you know what? I'm going to throw that on the top. We all know something's going to die, right? It's probably this little guy. Blop. I've learned through the years, attack. once in a great while, maybe 1 in 50 games with my White Infect list. I obviously haven't played this one enough to have it happen once yet, but you will stack up stuff on a bodyguard and attack for the win. But that's mostly like the my ethereal armor style build. It's a little bit more all in on one side of things, or you know, the all that glitters. I just found that those were just kind of, talk about, you know, a sinkhole. They just demanded just so much focus, and if they didn't go off, it just cost you so much tempo in a turn. And it kind of clashes a little bit with the deck. You're not really going all in, right? You're doing these incremental little inevitability, like protection from your list. You're dead next turn with, you know, this amount of infect. Good times. All right. Well, stuff's gonna die. Do you tap for 1 damage? Oh, of course. It's a bureaucratic slow death, right? Guess we'll bring this out. Do I do it now or later? Let's attack here. Yeah, next turn I'll do the thing. I'm just going to attack into this. I don't even know if I'll... I guess it makes more sense to trip it for red. If I trip it for red right now, I'll lose. If I attack and he blocks and I trip it for red, I'm going to lose it. So we're just going to lose it, and then we're going to play this dude, and then next turn, maybe Bodyguard Recommission, but I think a lot better plan would be to just drop this priest. Drop the priest. Yeah, I've always wanted to fit in Unearth in this list, and I finally have. But I do have to admit, that 1 extra mana for Recommission is worth it. That 1/1 buffer zone is pretty awesome. But it made me relook at that new one, the new white one that's a little bit worse. It gives you some, I don't know, one of those weird token thingies. Yeah, we'll attack. Boop. They might be a little gun shy with seeing Orim's Cure and all these little tricks that I don't have to pay anything for. So, all right, we'll drop that out. Cool. Stuff lives. I didn't expect that scenario. That's weird. That's the one. So one of you rules gurus out there, what? I've already completely forgotten about those damn roll tokens. Those just came and went so fast. I thought that was a really clunky design up there with Morph. But which roll is it? Is it a plus thing? Is it a minus thing? Can't quite... Haven't committed that one in memory, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. Alrighty, Blood Fountain showing up. Cool. A very stock affinity list. You usually have pretty good games against it. Yeah, most are. If it's a +1/1, I might be able to shove that back into the white infect list, right? Okay, I'm really trying to go all in on this plan. I think we've got another hard-casted, you know what, coming up. Counterspell, that's the word I'm looking for. Let's attack. Let's attack. Can't keep doing this over and over. All right, maybe I'll have to give that a try then. Well, we're going to lose both, so we might as well hope they don't see this, or, you know, make them lose yet another resource, because now they have to lose something they like. I mean, that one they want to have die, but whoa, are they just going to miss this play? I catch them sleeping a bit there? That's rare. 2 scenarios I didn't see coming. We had a mini punt in the first game, but they've had 2 big ones here. It's like the worst case scenario sequence they could have done. We got a recommission move on the bodyguard. I don't think that's the play. So even if this gets countered, I don't care, because we have recommission. So it can get gal blasted. It's a very relaxing infect style. You're just like, yeah, kill it. It'll come back stronger and better. You know, like I'll have more mana to do stuff with. It feels criminal when you unearth a Priests of Norn. It's like 1 mana for a 1/4 Vigilant Infect, and then if you throw solid footing on it, you're like, good game. I really miss playing with solid footing. I like those little sneaky moves. Too many times I'd be attacking with the non-solid footing list, and person just be like, I'll take it. And I'm like, I've had some lists go all the way up to 4. I think 3 is a really good spot in this. And it's surprising how good of a combat trick it is. How many times it saves. And I did have Blood Fountain in this list for a while, just a bit too slow. Really want that instant gratification. Just get it here now. But there's definitely a spot for it, that's for sure. All right, walking right into a counterspell. Not quite sure. I think I'm going to attack first. Drop Bodyguard. It'll probably get... Oh, I doubt it will get countered. I'm going to attack first so that... All right. I'll play Bodyguard. Not quite sure what we should really focus on here. Plague Stinger is a pretty good card at this point. Might even be better because if he's got another Clark Kent Shaman, I mean, we've already seen the Blood Fountain, right? There's 3 blasts in his yard. I'm going to power out this little dude here. I just feel like we're walking into a counter spell, so I want to hold on that commission until I can really make it pay off with the priests. All right, here we go. Really don't want to see makeshift munitions. Okay, looks like I chose pretty good with that Stinger. Just wondering what those 2 cards are. This is fun, you know, because, you know, in as typical scenario, they can Blood Fountain back Clark Kent Shaman and wipe the board, right? But nope, we've got a flyer. But we've only done 4, in fact, so we're not doing too well here. Well now, got quite a few options. First thing we should do is attack though. Let's go. Does it live? Boy, oh boy, we are really worried about makeshift munitions. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Tell you what, let's bring that back for 1. If they have, you know what, the Metallic Rebuke, I think they might pull it here. They've got 1 card left. They really want that Recommission to stick on the priest. Like I said, we've already seen 3 Galblasts go down, so... Yeah, if it has Flash and is a sneaky card, I'm interested immediately. Come on now. All right, let's pull the trigger. Let's see if we've got this set up here. Bloop. They're like, damn, where are all these cards coming from? Please don't counter this. No, they were being patient. No. Oh, well. We cost them both cards, and we still are at the same board state as we were, so. Very tempted. I might just run out that Lost Leonin and block so that the Mirror Enforcer will be a 2/2 and buy us a lot more time. Don't really want to kill it because we've got an active Blood Fountain and a Shaman waiting in the yard. What a wall of confusion. Thank you, though, Mind Stab Throw. I wish I could say, what do bodyguards have against metal, right? They're just like, I don't deal in metals. 1 card in their hand. Umbra feels pretty good here. Might as well, right? You know. This is interesting, right? We could throw this Umbra on the Leonin and turn that Enforcer into a 1/1 before it does damage, and we'd survive kind of indefinitely. But all you have to do is bring back Clark Kent Shaman and stack the effects. So I'm going to rock like this since we've got protection. This way, makeshift munitions has to sacrifice 2 things to make something happen, and we put them on a lot quicker clock. Cool, cool. Attack. For you new to infect damage, first strike infect is nasty. So if the Leonin was a 3/2 first striker, it would turn the Mirror Enforcer before it does damage into a 1/1 permanently. Then it would do 1 to a 3/2 and we'd be fine. And usually you get a concession because even pretty good players don't run up against wither damage all that often. And it's a thing. It kind of messes with people. Okay, they're probably getting rid of a basic here or a land duress. Okay. Respect. Problem with running duress in a list like against a list like this is we're pretty much like do it right now. Sit around, wait. I love duress for like counterspell or kill everything styles where they're just hoarding cards and waiting for you to overextend. That's when it really shines. But I just wouldn't shove it in anything in a black shell. This week's show is brought to you by Do What You Want, which is what I was feeling like when I played this list. I was like, you know what? It has been about 6 months since I played White Infect, but it feels like yesterday because I love it so much, and I play it privately a lot. It's one of those lists when I've had a few too many, I just go on autopilot mentally and just have fun thrashing people with it. You get a lot of... This is a fun one to play on one of my Phantom accounts. Run into people, and it's nice how respectful people are because of propaganda now. I don't run into much, but boy, the second I switch anything up, it is pretty obvious. Okay, so we're going to lose everybody if we do that. I could pull it red now, and then I at least get the blocker out of the deal, which is what I'm going to do. I'll say red. I think they're under the impression that this is going to wipe the board. It isn't. But if you give that Shaman flying, it's pretty cool. This way we can, I'm going to block anyway, so this is fine with my plan. Plus, if they use the Shaman thinking they're going to be able to get the Stinger, if they do it twice, it's going to kill their Enforcer after this attack here. I'm really not worried about Blast. They'd have to be quite the luck sack to pull that off. My wife hates that word. I called her one the other day when we were playing cards, and she was like, oh, yeah, don't ever call me that. 3 Gal Blasts in the yard. Come on over, Mur. Let's go. Oh, let's see. Let's see how you are. Woo! Well, that feels good. I'm going to lose them both. I might as well attack, right? I'll just keep this dude back. Force him to lose actual stuff here. Let's go. Oh, she hates the word luck sack. I gotta keep stretching my shoulders back for the tournament today. Oh, shoot. Wait, yeah, damage. Here we go. I was gonna say, I think we have him dead next turn. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Alrighty. Well, you think they're gonna sacrifice 4 things? One, two, three, 4. If they did that, they would just lose their dude. Oh, Flyer or Norn. I'm going to pump out Norn here. This stage, I care less about him. If they want to sacrifice 4 things to 2 for 2 us, or less than that, be 6 for 2 us, that's fine. You have to kill their Enforcer too. They might be willing to. Who knows? Woo! All right. Yep. The inevitability wins out. Bonk, bonk. Just like that. Yeah, take down one of the better decks. Woo! So yeah, this is a hybrid design. My traditional white infect is obviously what this is based on. And when you go in that shell, you can lean a little bit heavier either into artifacts and enchantments or just enchantments and warrant cards like, what's the word I'm looking for? Preview pane. Preview pane. What is going on with the preview pane today? It's really being a pain. But this is why I stacked this way. It's not by mana cost, but this 19 represents how many good infect creatures you have. Yes, this is not a creature, but it makes them better. And this, for 1 mana, being able to play this is pretty awesome. Mana flexibility is just so easy to achieve these days. It's hard to argue going 1 color in some stuff, especially when you're not really, going all out. Like as far as, like a traditional infect goes. Alrighty, we like this hand quite a bit. We'll keep it. I'm going to run out. Actually, I think Bodyguard Basilica is the play here. Even though if I drop Sinkhole, I can have a Leonin early with a commission behind it. It's one of these things. If we see red, it might have been the right way to roll because we've got Recommission in our hand. If we see blue, we did it right. green. Who knows? Oh, Mind Stab Throw. You've done the hair thing? Well, I've got another option. I've got a Christmas hat too. Or the little Christmas like antlers with little bells on them if you want. Oh, you redeem Harrigan. Okay, gotcha. Thank goodness. I was like, it's nice having a few shows without that, but hey, here we go. All right, we're going to bring this up and act like we're a bad Magic player. We'll attack still, I guess, right? What do we got here? Green. Uh-oh. I should have been more careful. We might get Thermokarsted out of the game here. Or Temporal Spring, maybe? Yep. Oh, God, this is going to hurt. That sucks. This is right when you want to have your Indestructibles, right? Be like, hey, hold on a minute. Early on, let's... they're going to... We'll try to gain tempo here. I tell you, I knew this was going to happen. I should have written it down. Second you get rid of your Indestructibles, you run into Ponza. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, the bad news is this build usually runs Temporal Spring too. So good news is we're getting a little flooded. By a little, I mean a lot. Attack. I might, had I put Sentinel's Eyes on this, we'd have them down to about 10 by now, but I'm trying to just get this Leon in the stick. There's probably a Hunter showing up here. Nope. They're flooded. Good news is we're flooded. Here we go. And should I put that on there? Why not? Let's throw this on here. Maybe it'll... I can always sacrifice Bodyguard and get back Sentinel's Eyes. Go eat some lands up. Make them think that we're just trying to kill them. But we might just be able to. You never know. With the Ethereal Armor builds, this is a lot better play. With this one, it's going to be incredibly doubting to get there. Okay, that's enough. This guy's like mined my mind for what I hate most, which is Denrova Horror and Tron or LD in a list that's not really ready for it. So we really, we're kind of good against this because of Unearth and such, but we just have to be able to keep that opening land. I'm just going to roll it back. I don't know. Put a grotto here. We'll put a plane over here. We'll put that sinkhole right between these, and that'll make everything work. Flutterganda didn't help us that time. We got crunched. Yeah, I want to play first. Hey, yo, we'll keep it. Can't get too greedy. If we top deck a land and they don't have the goods, we'll be all right, but I love being able to do stuff every turn. Bonesplitter showing up. Solid footing for the win. Maybe we can surprise them. We do not want to see a Utopia Sprawl turn. We like that. That's cool. Of course, that might mean that they got in some... oh, do we chance it? I think we do. Let's show them how unafraid we are, right? We'll just start trying to win next turn. Even against LD. Still like the play of the Basilica here. Growth Chamber, okay. We've got the Basilica for one more turn. Now, if we draw the flyer, that's a really tough decision, isn't it? Against the list. Well, they do have blue, so I'm sure they're packing Moldrifter. Well, that's a really good card against us. A lot of people forgot this gem. Nature's Claim used to be an infect by 4 in the sideboard all the time. I am so happy we're flooded because we will be losing this next turn. The good news for us is that they're probably going to waste their whole turn blowing up a land, which, to their mind makes a lot of sense. But, oh, okay, that sucks. Well, we know what we're drawing. Note to self, we might have to keep a track of that for future's sake. Let me do this to here. And there's no sense of not doing this here. Let's go. The Bonesplitter is going to do a whole lot of nothing if we throw a solid footing on there, but okay, here we go. Nature's Claim showing up. Probably going to grab that Bonesplitter, I would imagine. Maybe they ignored their plan. The Umbra, which is very useless so far. We haven't really seen any other uses. Let's throw this out here while we can. Attack here. Are they going to block? Cool. I don't really want to use those Umbras at all. But if I don't... Bounce is going to hurt regardless, and the Umbras aren't really doing much. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to do that. Paper tournaments, go for the throat. I'm not sure. What is that? The destroy target artifact, non-artifact creature. I don't remember that being a thing. Cool. Love this. We just win here. That's 5, 8. Yeah, we'll just, unless this is a critter. No respect for solid footing, and why would you? Who the hell plays solid footing? This weirdo. Bloop. Nighty-night. Go here, and that's the game. And then we can back it up with protection. Hey, have fun with your land destruction. Here comes death in one swing. Cast down seems way better. Oh, yeah. All right. We have an L, we have a W. This is... All right. I think we're just going to go with that superstitious shuffle again. I think this is how we did it, right? Oh, let's none of this really matters. You could argue a Revoke Existence, but on turn 2, I want to be putting out a threat so that if they're trying to blow up lands, they're like, oh, crap, I just died in one turn with White Infect. It's like, maybe I should slow my roll here a little bit and get some more edicts and such. Who knows? I see a lot of land. That's very good for us. I think we go Sinkhole, Grotto, Stinger. Yeah, we'll keep this for sure. And 4 land hand, thank you. 2 Basilicas, keeping our hand full of lands, even though it's a tempo loss. All right. Oh, boy. Do they have it that early, really? Let's do it. Let's see if they got it. Woo! Dylan Dog, yeah, I merged one of my favorite builds of White Infect and got rid of a bit of the firepower for more consistency with and evasion, adding black to the list. Well, really having fun with it. I don't really feel the slowdown of 2 mana. That's going to be very important when we're stuck on 1 land. But will we even have access to black is the question. We'll say top. Let's, we've seen some ground crew show up already. Mole Drifter's right there. And we saw the, I'm gonna bring out the Stinger. We might not have black for very long. So I'm going to prioritize that a little bit more. Have you tried blue-white infect since they added more proliferate input? Yeah, I was thinking of dabbling that. Funny you mention it. I just love this Basilica return the Grotto. Not against land destruction, but got to take what we can get, right? And I will say that was an interaction I didn't design, I just threw them together, and then when I was playing, I'm like, wow, this is a neat little side synergy. Being able to just keep scrying. Not a bad... little side area there. Okay, I just wish we had a Bonesplitter out, so this was really damaging. We'll tap it because we're trying to act like we know how to play Magic. I'll turn this and go like this. Okay. We're at 7. You don't play mutagenic? Can be good in your deck. It can be. What would you lose? There's so many times, especially against red. I don't like it. And it doesn't save our creatures from anything other than Priests of Norn. And we've already got a saving strategy. And this isn't your typical infect build where we're trying to like kaboom, go off like all at once. It's consistent. It's prodding. It's like clockwork. Alrighty. We'll play the Grotto because we have to. And we'll say yes to this. Top. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't swear often in the show, but that's one of them. Clicking right through. Not like they're at 9 infect though. Is this a... This is a thing. I respect Mold Shambler. I like that card a lot. I think it's like 1.1. It's going to get rough quick. They're really all in on this LD plan here. If we get a colored source out, we'll be fine. We'll say top. I'd imagine since we keep saying top that they're prioritizing land destruction spells, right? Obviously we're at 1. You know, if I can get a... We've already seen Temporal Spring and a main deck Denrova Horror, so I'm not... Might be calling blue if I can count, you know, throw a protection suite on that Stinger, but I don't think we're going to win this one, guys. Need a lot of turns here. The Bodyguard's going to feel pretty good, though. Do I want to play Bodyguard? Or do I want to play... They've got 3 cards in their hand. Go here. I got to get this Bodyguard out. Because I want to be able to stop it. If I start... My only out is to really enchant the hell out of this and do stuff with it. I can't do that if it's dead. That's what I hate when I play these styles our opponent's playing. You know, at this stage of the game, you need one more, and you draw like another Utopia Sprawl, which is... It makes Flood feel all the more prominent because it just, you know, not only are you drawing lands when you don't want to, but then you're drawing these enchantments that are just like drawing lands. And so if you add them all up in your list, that's kind of what you can expect to see as far as that. Okay, wow. All right. I don't think we're winning this one, guys. Okay, they got 1 card left. I've got to do my best to just stem the bleeding here. So I'm going to say block, block, take 1, call green. At least we make this a 2-2 for the rest of the game. Because we're playing Dylan Dog, we're playing... Watch the top of the show. I explain all that. But we're playing Orim's Cure. We need a maximum amount of planes. The last build on our YouTube channel, you'll see has like all that glitters or ethereal armor builds of just white infect, but cuts needed to be made. Can we live? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We just lose this, guys. Fold it up. We'll go. Wah wah wah. All right, let's jump right back in it here. Bloop. We'll go over to the deck list while we're waiting and open up the beautiful lists here. So yeah, we're kind of playing 19 critters because of if you add in Recommission and Unearth, being able to get back all of our heavy hitters is pretty cool. We protect them with this and this and this. Sentinel's Eye is kind of an MVP here, but this is the great card against red. And if you start playing artifact lands and all the bridges and stuff, you quickly come down to about 5 planes, and this is such a crucial card against red that just found it wasn't worth it. So, but I needed the combo, so that's why we're playing this, because it's a planes. This is our little combo kill from nowhere spell. But like I said, when you're playing ethereal armor in this build and you take out the solid footings and Bonesplitter to make room for it, and then before you've only really got 8 other enchantments, and it just kind of can feel a little too all in and underwhelming, whereas this is a nice save of combat trick. That flash is really important in a lot of games. I know it's kind of might get an eye roll from some of you, but and Bonesplitter sticks around. Sentinel's Eyes just keeps coming back. It's good times. Oh, Penguin Wrangler. I mean, the real obvious stuff about land destruction, right? You play some bridges, which honestly, if I was really gearing this up for like a tournament and I wanted to play this, I might lean on an artifact build just to check that one off, because like my Death Touch ping list, that's why you'll notice I have the 4 Simic bridges in there, because it just can't get past when ramp land destruction is a thing, the second you don't show up ready for it, it shows up looking for you. It's just something I've always noticed. It's kind of a constant out there. So, but yeah, I'm actually, one of my favorite additions or benefits of playing this style is the inclusion of the Basilica. Last game, notwithstanding, I mean, that really hurts, but the ability to keep 2 lands and then still technically have 3 on turn 3 really accelerates this list when that's all you really need, right? Yeah, I've tried that Pauper Tim. Just been there, done that. I've always wanted to sneak Orzhov list out, and I finally got one that I'm pretty happy with. I like it. You just have to, when you brew this style of Infect, a lot of design space, but you also have to focus on what the color is good at. And like the mutagenic comment earlier, a lot of people just, play this or this sort of giant growth effect, and it's like, it's not what this deck excels at. It's you're gonna have, if you stuff it in there, you're gonna have one standout game where you're like, see, and then there's a bunch of others where either it lost too much life doing it or lost X, Y, and Z games when you could have just had a creature out and been alive. Tell you, you take Unearth and Recommission out of this list, and you got to get really lucky early and hope that they don't have removal, which is nobody. This preys on the assumption your opponent's good and they're going to be able to deal with your stuff, but you're just going to be able to deal that much more. We've got a Grotto, we've got a Basilica, we've got a little bit of a slow roll here. We get one creature, we can protect it, and if it's the you-know-what, I'm going to keep this. Feeling reckless. Woo! I wouldn't even play Equinox if I knew I was going up against land destruction. That just takes up a whole turn, and imagine if they cited out. I mean, if it drew you a card or something. It's neat to know it's out there, though, but alrighty, here we go. Old School Ponder. The oldest of the schools. Oh, my coffee's draining away, but I came prepared with a soda up in the corner. Coke Zero. Haven't been drinking that all that much lately, so. All right. We have achieved perfection. Crystal Grotto. Whoosh. All right, we've already got one of those. We'll say bottom. Bloop, bloop, bloop. We hit a basic. We might consider the own in there. Might have wanted to go a Sinkhole there, seeing an island across from us, but not if they just drop island go, then it's... All right, now I wish I would have dropped the Sinkhole. Snow-covered suggests they're either on the Demir or the Izzet build, so we've either got Scred or Snuff Out to worry about, but thanks to our Plague Stinger, we don't really have to worry about Snuff Out. Okay, well, let's just run this out courageously because we don't care if it dies. Now, mutagenic would not do anything to keep this alive against the majority of opponents, even a bolt. If they had one, it's just going to put us to 3, but preying on black and white's focus, right? It's going to come back stronger. We're going to support it. We're going to protect it. Eventually, the answers will wear out. And we will just keep bringing stuff back from the dead. Something I really like about this artwork. The scale and the... It's kind of like a real slice of life. You don't see that much in art for... yeah, see, it's going to die. Now, if they've got like some electricity effect, believe it or not, solid footing can be kind of fun here. Or even a, bodyguard on the stack. They zap it like, oh, I'm going to get you. It's like, if this is a basic where I feel good here, I'm going to lose that regardless. I say we just attack here. I'm considering a solid footing play here. Let's just attack, right? Yeah, let me attack here. They let it hit. All right, are they on a fairy list here? What's going on? We'll pay the 1. We'll drop a Basilica, return the Grotto. And And I'll play a Bodyguard. See if they got a fairy behind this. I'm not sure. Nope. Okay. Well, I didn't foresee that. I was pretty sure Lost Leonin was very much going to be lost into our graveyard, but maybe they don't have the scred yet. They're probably like, what is this guy playing? I think I might have the world record for that if I could hear what opponents are talking about, right? Terror shows up. Okay, that ain't so bad. I'm just going to run right into it and make it very weak. Solid footing's going to go a long way. So we play the Grotto here. See what we're going to get. Bloop. I'll say bottom. Got enough sources here. Let's Sentinel's Eyes here. Vigilance going to make that pretty nasty. Now I can say pro blue if they block. And then recommission it back, I guess. Not quite sure if I want to do that or the other. Solid footing's really wasted here. Don't like seeing it. Let's attack. I like keeping our options open. Cool. We'll say blue. That'll be a 2/2. I'm sure they didn't realize that was going to go down. We'll recommission back our Bodyguard. Not the best target, but feeling a little shaky now. 2/2 is nothing to worry about. They might not even realize it's a 2/2 at this point. But now Sentinel's Eyes is kind of a must counter, a must answer, because we're going to be able to push through now. There's another critter. We like that. Let's drop the Sentinel's Eyes, shall we? See what we have. Not thorable, terrible. That's right. Attack. Yeah, I'm just going to drop the Lost Leonin here. That's dead. I think they thought that was a 5/5 or something. I'm not sure. Maybe they're just buying time. Let's see into the future, shall we? That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll say top. It's just colorless. We can always use it to fund some more stuff. Whoop. We can still use Grotto on solid footing if they have some like. If we don't want to waste it on an electrickery here. Well, that sucks. That's taken to. I can solid footing out onto the Bodyguard. I kind of like that, but then we have to use the Bodyguard to save our dude. So let's save our dude here. That's a bummer, but we do have Unearth next turn, so we'll go here and say red. Can't counter a Bodyguard, but we do lose our other guy. So if we see a bolt here, we've got a really sneaky solid footing save, right? That'd be funny as hell if that works. It'll cost 2, but I ain't against doing it. Woo! You become the monarch. And even here, we win this combat battle with solid footing. We do have the Unearth coming up next, courtesy of Crystal Grotto Incorporated. Woo! I like that. Now, what to bring back, though? I say we bring back the Bodyguard. Yeah, I kind of like Bodyguard better here, right? Let's try it. Sure plays fun. Let's just thrash in. Oh, well, we already have the white. Let's do it now. So we're going to lose a little bit of I mean, we're only going to be hitting for 4, but that's all we really need, and it gets us out of bolt range. Now, if they have a bolt, it's all right. But with Vigilance, you know, similar to my white Thopter list, it's just, what do you do here? You take 4 infect every turn, you don't attack, and we become the monarch. Good times. Let the Bodyguard hit the floor. Recommission, love it. This is one of those lists where you really hope your Priests of Norn show up. Main deck Breath Weapon and such. The staying power of this deck is awesome. We will block. Oh, can't we? Oh, that's right. Can't be blocked by creatures the Monarch controls. That's right. I forgot about that. I knew there was some little paragraph in there. Wah, wah, wah. Brainstorm. A Scred doesn't do it. You gotta like drop a terror. You gotta have like Scred and a terror, I guess would get there. Then you can respond to the bodyguard trigger. But I can just trigger it twice with Recommission. Let the bodies hit the floor. The Infect Metal Band. All right, they're going to show a Scred or something delicious. Boop, boop, boop. A counter spell. Got to choose something, right? Might as well. Okay. I'm just going to say blue on that and go for it, right? Let's bring this out to maybe draw out the counter. That's a big bad fatty. Woo! Oh, if they have Scred, isn't that going to suck, huh? I mean, I get back Monarch regardless if I just double attack, so let's do that. So I can say this, pull blue, and maybe have the win. One Scred, and I'm out of it because then it'd be protected from blue, and we'd be screwed. So let's attack here with both. Attack. Achieve the same plan. We still get Monarch back. Just playing the Monarch dance here. That's fine. I've already seen Breath Weapon, so I'm not wild about this Recommission. I probably want to target the Bodyguard or a Priest if something ends up happening to it, which we'll find out very quickly here. Let's get out another white source. Okay. Hey, I like that. You know, at this stage, I might just want to cycle that since Recommission's just better. So many times you want to unearth a Bodyguard or even Recommission it, as we have done already today. It's kind of like a Snapcaster Mage and Pauper, being able to make your critters protected from whatever your opponent's playing. Really hope that they're all in on the red removal plan and they're not running stuff like Snap. That's when it gets confusing. Most people are pretty linear in their thinking when it comes to these are the things I attack with, this is how I'm going to remove stuff, and that's my deck. And there's a lot of great decks like that, but there's a loophole in them, according to me. Okay, we're playing the dance. Do they have another creature? We know they got a counter. That's going to do a whole lot of nothing. I like this Unearth. I'm not going to cycle it because I can call... I can't really do that, can I? If I call Pro Blue on that. All right. Cool. What's this happening? Well, let's sacrifice it now, just in case they do have. I mean, why wouldn't they? This play will tell us if that's Scred or not. It's not Scred. We'll get back on Earth and attack for the win, I guess. Why would they? Yeah, I've just got to assume that that's the way that goes. Yeah, Unearthed Bodyguard, because if they had removal, they would have used it right then. This is like a super bait move, but I mean, they don't have counterspell, so let's just go for the win here. We'll call blue. Okay, a little deductive reasoning win there, but hopefully you understood my line of thinking. You are control, I guess. All right, Orim's Cure, big time here. Don't really have to worry about much else. Yeah, I'm just making room for Orim's Cure in this matchup. Solid footing. I could cut one of those. I'll cut a Bonesplitter. I really like having that. These aren't going to shine too much against this list, so I'm actually going to trim 2 creatures and rock it back. Woo! Plus, it's not a white creature. No, it's just plains. Okay, sometimes you got to be real careful. It's got to be a plains. Got to be a white creature. Got to be this. Got to be this. Penguin Wrangler. I won't repeat that in case there's kids watching, but are listening. Every language. That would be one neat thing about knowing multiple languages, like many of you do, especially from the European countries. It's just how many play on words there are in every culture. It's like I have plenty of fun with them as they are here, but oh, we got the combo and we've got lots of protection. I love this hand. If we top deck any land in the next 3 turns, we've got like almost a 1-2 kill. Keep for sure. God, I love you. See, if this was a Crystal Grotto and this was an artifact land, these would be dead. And I was running into that to answer the question from about an hour ago. Why no bridges? I've built with bridges. Sound like Trump. I have bridges. I have the best bridges. But this is not one of those builds. If you want that, go search our videos. Yeah, snap would have been a nightmare there. That was one my son, we were laughing at, there was some Trump clip that came up and he was like, I use words, I have the best words. It's like, who talks like that? Guy's just like a comic figure. I love it. Entertaining, I'll say that. All right, this just keeps getting better. Unless they counterspell our priest, we're feeling pretty good here. Really want them to lean on the removal plan in red. Darn it, I don't want to see blue. Come on. Alrighty. Okay, a little redundant with the Priests of Norn, I understand. Being able to tap an untapped creature when you don't have many creatures. Vigilance is all the more important. I really want this to be a ninja. Match with that voice. Did I do a pretty good Trump impersonation? I've never heard myself back on that, so or been told. All right. What will get countered? Dang. I think I want to run this out. Switch into Trump mode. I think I want to run out the Stinger because if it gets countered, I'm fine with that against a flying deck. I don't want this to die unless I have a Recommission behind it. So let's do this and see if we can keep it alive. Yeah, those Saturday Night Live guys, God, they're great mimics. You know, my youngest, Aaron, is, even though he's got, you know, such a deep voice, he's quite a mimic. He does a really good Mike Tyson. He does a really good Trump. I think I'm just mimicking him. I know a lot of comedians do that too, where you get somebody like a Dana Carvey and they do it so well that for generations people just mimic him. Funny how in our culture here in America, the Saturday Night Live thing, how little we pick on Biden. It's like he's a protected class now. Just recently they started mocking him a little bit, but historically Saturday Night Live's always done that. And it's like, well, why does he get a get out of jail free card, right? But what's really funny is I think it was it Gerald Ford? I mean, way before my time, but I know Chevy Chase would always fall down. And it's like, dude, that guy was like a collegiate athlete and he's probably one of the most adroit / just dexterous presidents we might have had in the last 100 years. He falls one time on camera and that's all they could use against him. They just kept doing it. And that was the thing. That's what he got known for. All right, we're probably staring down a cannonade here, which we have the answer for. So that's another reason we want to do Sentinel's Eyes. We might be able to still attack. Has it become the time? Has it become the time? This is getting better and better. Let's throw this on here. Again, we don't care if Sentinel's Eyes goes away. Well, that's interesting. See, darn it, I got this perfect little plan. You drop the priest, see if they don't have a counter spell, we just run at them and everything works fine. Nope. Don't know if I really want to save this. I love that this is going to hit because now I can save it with an Orim's Cure and still have Blessing backup. All right. Nope, got to write down the win. Getting really bad at writing down what happened. Okay, we'll just block this, right? Sure. Hype. I mean, if you can kill the Stinger, you can kill it. Rather turn that into a permanent 1/1. Maybe just draw a Ninja too. Who knows? This person's like, what is going on? That's what I'm wondering. There's a lot of mana here. They just have like a crazy, what do you call a counterspell draw here? Ah, boy. I think it's time to drop the priest pre-combat because I have so many Orim's Cures here that I'll be able to do something with them if it lives. I doubt it will. It's probably going right to the yard. I mean, there's a reason they haven't done anything. Oh, all right. Stand corrected again. I don't know what I'm doing. This is crazy. My stepdad says, a friend of mine was employed at a grocery store. Will constantly go on about his manager. Apparently, never having heard the manager's voice. Oh, you're really good at it. I think everybody's got one or two mimic moves in there. All right, well, we just win next turn if our opponent keeps not playing magic. I don't know what's going on here. Scred. Yeah, we're not going to let that happen. We will Orim's Cure. We will choose this target, and we will tap this. That prevents 4 of it. 1 will get through. Gotta be careful, read the card. It worked. However, if he has a cannonade behind this, then we've got a really tough decision to make, right? Because we can only use 1 more cure at this rate. Does he have the cannonade? That'd be a pretty... So there's that. Now that I can prevent straight up with an Orim's Cure, because that is not a scred. I will say this target, and we'll tap this. So easy to get rid of things that we work hard for 1 mana, and the best way to defend them is for 0 mana. Hopefully that just illustrated the benefits of playing a white style. I mean, we're dead here if they have yet another scred or something like that, but opponents can draw bad too. Yeah, but they might have a ninja. That would really throw a foil in the plan, right? Cool. All right. We just... this is going to be a fun turn. They let us untap. That's a big mistake. We pro blue. Solid footing here, right? Oh, God, this just got gorgeous. All right. Well, damn it. If I had a land here. Propaganda hype. Thank you, Penguin Wrangler. All righty. Do we just call blue on this immediately? Let me think this through. I think we just call blue immediately here. We're just going to say blue. No blocks for you. Oh, it worked. Okay, cool. I think they had scred. They would have used it. So we're going to attack for the win here. Could play real conservative here and bring out Bodyguard. And then I'd have inevitability, but just the cadence of, you know, that all-in scred lightning bolt turn I don't think they're saying, yeah, Mind Stab Throw, we're on the same page. Solid Footing for the win. I probably got just a counter spell here. Cannonade would help. That would shore things up, right? If this sticks, if they don't have snap. Wait, no, they can't have snap. They got to have something. What are they sitting on? Oh, that hurts. Okay. I mean, see, we get Sentinel's Eyes back. Just love these enchantments. They're not all that great on the, but boy, over time, so much value. Okay, and now they can't attack. We will mow down the terror with something much more terrifying. This should have a terror title. I'd much rather see this than this coming at me. Well, that sucks. We lose our dude here. No, we don't. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do the cure thing. This to this. Do they have a counterspell? This is just the game here. Thank you, Orim's Cure. For the whole power of nothing, you've saved us 3 times. That should be game. Oh, that's just a little petulant play here. Cool. I mean, they hit us for 5. All right. 2-1. We faced a lot of like meta decks, right? We beat Affinity and then the UR control list right there. Lost to the land destruction real bad. That, who knows, maybe that would be a metagame deck too. So I forgot my tissue. Gotta act like a child and use the inside of my shirt to wipe my nose from the coffee steam rising up. Woo! So we really saw the power that game of Orim's Cure. A lot of card here. Again, one of my favorite things to do in Magic is type in rather than. Ugh. Yeah, what would the attack do though? I mean, the game was over. It's not like I was at, you know, single digits. We would have been at like, what, 15 or 14 and won anyway. I'm surprised they even chose to draw. Oh, maybe they were holding a mountain and they were looking for that last scred. But what would they, I mean, I guess there was enough damage on the stack that might have been a thing, but resiliency, I tell you, good times. I almost have this deck ready for y'all. Black Clock. It's what you think it is. It's a lot of just a little damage every turn sort of list. I don't think I've ever played this person. What now? We have 1 land. Our combo is in hand. We have 1 land. I don't like this. Mulligan. Much better. Keep. Boop, ba-doop, boop, boo. I guess we throw back an Umbra. I'm going to throw back a Grotto. If we get marooned at 2 lands, I'm going to be mad, but so many lists. The Umbras keep us alive. We're on the draw. We'll draw with Grotto. I mean, we'll be able to foresee stuff, so let's try that. Ooh, not something you see much anymore. Cool. Be wary of snap. Of course, this happens when we have we'll keep our deck a mystery. We'll go look into the future. I don't care about that. We're going to draw more of those. Bottom. I've got 2 more where that came from. Yeah. Against a bounce opponent, Umbras can go. For sure. What's this? Are we going to see a swamp or a mountain join the lands? Lands of the living. Now, there's one thing I don't think I'll ever be able to make is a red infect list. There's like 1 creature. Yeah. Oh, I know them all. Everybody's going to start posting them now, but not many. Yeah, black's got what? The Mind Swords, and then there's the... what's the black instant? It gives it 2-0 for like nothing. I mean, you have to have a swamp in hand or something like, or in play. Oh, what's that thing called? I used to have all those committed to memory. I'm kind of glad I don't. Okay, here we go. I probably got a bounce spell in hands. I got to tread real carefully here. Normally this is a hard thing to race, but not when your opponent's at 10 life right out of the gates. Rouse, that's the one. Oh, this is a tough. I really like drawing Bonesplitter there, but I got to get on the board here and see what they're going to be doing here. Really want to drop a Benevolent Blessing or a Bodyguard, so I can at least, you know, go in with a nice safe feeling, right? Who doesn't like being safe? Rouse. Played Rouse in a shadow list I had way back. I think I named that list the Black Bastard. It was all black. It played very dastardly, but I like the alliteration, so I went with Bastard. Counterspell magic up. What are we running into? Woo, woo, woo. Let's just attack. Might run right into a fairy. Who knows? Yep, there aren't many. You can throw in some artifact creatures there. Maybe give them haste. That's kind of the angle I was looking into. Reckless charge style. But well, what do we want to have be countered here? I think the correct play, we cast Leonin, they counter it. We drop Bonesplitter, which is what we're really after. So let's try that. Leonin, Mother may I please? And they fall right into our trap, and we bring out what we really want. Good times. They're like, wait, I'm supposed to win. I have a first turn flip Delver. No. Ooh, I'm liking that, except the foil part. Make sure if you're not busy on Tuesdays, check out that Discord for the Magic Society online. They're hosting free Pauper tournaments, so I think they're doing multiples too. I might be making that up, but it seemed like you could just kind of play whenever. So, and there is real prize support, so it's pretty cool. Terror showing up. All right, now we really like Umbra. Pickleball's going great. That's why I'm doing an early show today. Going to a Jingle All the Way Classic. I'm going to be wearing a full-on Santa hat, bib, and even my underneath my athletic shoes, or above them, is I went and got some stockings and cut them out, and so it looks like I'm going to be wearing stockings too. So I might be hot as hell and miserable, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't believe we're going to have a tournament in 2 hours. It's like I play 4 or 5 hours at a time. Seems like you would need that just to hit that tournament number, but hopefully they keep things rolling. All right, let's see what we have here. Another permanent or that. Let's just kind of go all in here. Really, that's 8. This will get through. We'll bounce this grotto. We'll attack here. He's got any, oh, okay. We're going to live a lot longer now. Thank you, first strike. Feeling very fragile, though. Any bounce spell. Be kind of hard to come back from here. Where's our protection? We've got so many protection cards. It's like a sixth of our deck. There it is. Thank you, Chimpskey. And apologies for not having it at the ready for you, but probably something to just keep on your little spreadsheet or whatever it is you and Shirazman use. Speaking of propaganda mods, I haven't heard from Little Fight in so long. I know he just got to Texas about a month or two ago and starting a whole new life out there. So thank you, Chimpskey. You're the best. All right. They don't have bounce. This is really good news. All right. We like the Umbra here. I'm going to play Grotto, looking to the future for next turn. Don't need you, bottom. Let's power out our dude here. Blop. Is that worth a counter? I almost hope they do. Good times. So even if we just attack now, the Umbra, yeah, I can take out all these dudes. We're just gonna. They haven't. If they had bounce, they would have played it. So I think this is the turn we go all in, right? Let's go. Let's just finish off their whole crew in one swing. They could just opt to take it. I think that's probably the play if you're trying to win, which is kind of the objective of this game, right? We're hellbent. They could technically take it. Top deck, I don't know what's in their list. Maybe they do have a bounce spell. Good call. So if they attack, we know they got some sort of trick. It'd be really neat to top deck a Benevolent Blessing. If you play me against this style, do it now. Make the game harder for me. So many times in the culture of Magic, people wait for that little aha moment. And normally a lot of times that's right, but not against this list. You don't want to be doing that. Oh, that's a good top deck. There we go. Yeah, they can just block, attack, and then win. So now we really need a bodyguard or some sort of a effect here. Wow. And we just have too much respect built up with Infect, I guess. There we go. Hey, that'll teach you. Bye-bye. Watch they vapor snag us. Good, they see it. So many times you have to show people, like, here we go. I'm just going to call that big blue. Right in another W. We are winning a lot. A very good outing. Prismatic Strands, you could argue, might be pretty good here. I don't think the Stingers are going to be very good here. Our opponent sure liked... yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to bring in 3 Strands and we'll lose the flying package. Maybe. Let's look at this. Even though, you know, so red, check, because we can keep bringing stuff back and protecting it. Black, check, same argument. White, not so much. So we can get rid of a Journey to Nowhere later, but that's a good way to attack this list. Green, you don't have to worry about. And blue, they counter it. You bring it back even cheaper. So feel pretty good there. Let's go. It's also why I went down to 3 in the main for the Plague Stinger. You're not always going to have black mana early. So I wanted to, I think, squeeze in that 3rd solid footing. 4, a little too much. If you go into the ethereal armor, or you're all in on the all that glitters side of things, and you really want to chance things, then I think you really need to play like the Angelic Blessing. So if something dies, you can just bring it back instantly, and then go all in with that. Then you can play 4 solid footings just because it's an enchantment at instant speed, and you can argue that. All right. We've got protection. We've got a sinkhole. They need double counterspell. Let's keep this. Just right on the edge. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess we what? Drop Bodyguard. Last week I found an impressive defensive list with Strands and Fogs. I think that was 2 weeks ago. And in that video, I think that was... Is that guy who walks alone yet again, or somebody, one of our regulars? And we put that in the show. Whenever an opponent's list gets really like, whoa, what's that? I usually reach out to them, and I think only like one time the person hasn't shared the list, and it'll be in the video comments. So if you're watching this on YouTube where it says show more right underneath where I'm pointing, there's a whole bunch of info there. You can download this deck. You can buy us a coffee. You can do all kinds of stuff. Let's get out of Bodyguard. This is when you want them to have like a, this is gorgeous. That's actually, isn't that funny? It's gorgeous from it's like a Matisse, right? It looks good from a distance, but you zoom in on it and it still looks good, but it's not as good. Yeah, I'm not either. Chimpskey. Is that Bob Ross? It is. That guy, what a story that dude is. Okay, they're milling stuff. Bob Ross, like some hardcore Marine, and he's like the most soft-spoken, like benevolent citizen ever. And just tragic what his I can't quite remember if it was his wife, somebody really close to him, and he literally just made nothing on all of his paintings and all of his products. And there's some documentary, I think, on Amazon Prime or something that talks about it. It's tragic. Okay, we see a snap. As it sits, we've got protection from snap. They could have double snap. As this bodyguard, Kevin Costner. Yeah, there's not much. Like, with Whitney Houston. There's not much singing in Pauper. I mean, there's seething song. Oh, no, I take that back. There's a lot of songs. Never mind. That's it. Whoa, look at him, Chimpskey with the link there. And the ultimate lowering of blood pressure. I shall not attack. I shall wear midnight. Let's just get things right. Boop, 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 boop. Just like that, and we'll be boring. Serpent showing up. Good. This is good timing. I think I'm just going to let the priest just walk right into that since we have 3 of them. Oh boy, this is getting good. This is getting good. Oh, we've got bodyguard backup. I think we just take the 6 and then, I don't know. Making that a 5/4 isn't that impressive. I think we're just going to take this. The option, you know, I could just block, walk into counterspells the rest of the game and lose. If they tap out, I might consider blocking here. Nah, who am I kidding? I'm not going to block. Opponent really likes variance in their life. Whew, wow, that's majestic, isn't it? You know, that ring in the sky focal point takes away from how cool those falls are drawn. Look at that. Man, that would be loud. I bet you'll go deaf if you lived there. The amount of that much water falling all the time. Whew. We take it. Spell. Oh, that guy. Oh, this is unfair. Let's see if we can get something out of the deal. We'll attack. They could technically have spell snare counterspell, right? So do we just wait on this? I think we do. They might have some EOT, Thought Scour, Brainstorm, tap something. Yes. Okay, now I'll do it. Blessing. For the game. That's just over if either of these lands. Thank you, Basilica. You made this possible. I think they're just on a snap, maybe not even a counterspell. Do I use the bodyguard here? At least now I'll have a target to bring back from the dead, something or other. Blue. But they have some weird tech. We might be able to still save it with another one here. I'll say blue. Attacking ends. Now they might really try to overextend because it's the only way they can win. So it might give us more room to drop another priest, and we will be able to blessing it at instant speed. That's why I went with the bodyguard plan there. Hey, Dr. TNT 30XX. Howdy. Getting in a Pauper. Saw your vids on YouTube. Now I'm here on the stream. Let's go. I like the enthusiasm. Thanks for joining us. But just so you know, this is an early stream, 1 of 1, because I'm playing in a pickleball tournament really quickly. Really soon, I should say. So I had to do the stream early. But normally we're on at 9 my time. So here's what I was anticipating. So now I'd really like to get a recommission online here. See this person tap out. Oh, that would be a new twist to the plan. It's a game. I forgot that they were running Artful Dodge, but I think most of us max out on that style at about 2, so we can't do anything here. Glad we brought in Prismatic Strands. We can attack and still activate Prismatic Strands. Do we walk into a counterspell? A counterspell walks into a bar. We have redundant vigilance, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this one. Oh, okay, cool. We will if this hits. Cool. I'm just going to say blue again. It's going to be close. Let's attack. It is going to be close. We will be at 3 life. I don't know if we can live unless we can just get that other priest to stick. Oh, they had a turnover spell pierce. That's got to be brutal. That last play what we just did. Yeah, that's a lot of blue meat across from us. Whew. Man, you imagine if this was real and one of these died on your city? That would stink for years. It would just take so long. It'd be like the town of flies. What do we have? No more creatures. Like blue fat. All right, 3 snaps in the yard. We've only got 1 more to worry about. I'd really like to see another one thrown into the yard because then I could play a little more reckless because that 3rd priest is really going to matter. I don't think we're going to win this game. Even though it feels like we've got a lock, we just don't have enough stuff. If we drew solid footing, that would really help, but I don't think it's even that's fast enough. I think they maybe have that one last unblockable thing here, so let's block here, block here. Take 5. Ouch. We reduced the spells a bit, but not enough. Come on, Prismatic Strands, now. Recommission. Maybe. Let's do this first. This to here. It worked. Let's oh boy, what do we do here? If that Delver flips, we're just dead. So I'd consider a recommission here in the case of a snap for the win. That'll keep us alive for what, a turn? Yeah, the Sentinel's Eyes isn't gonna. I think this is the right pull here. Let's see if we can bring back Bodyguard. It's yet another blocker. If it gets countered, then they're hellbent. Okay, cool. All right. It's not like they're at 8 and that vigilance, you know, the Sentinel's Eyes bonus would do much here. Delver flips, we're just dead. This is a pretty close little game here. This is cool. But Delver flips is just going to be like, I don't know, water on a fire. Like, oh, all right, whatever, I lose. Don't flip. Peel in. Ah! I'm dead. All right, we're going to game 3. Sure, I haven't lost much with this list. This is pretty cool. Oh, and yes, I have a white infect list that has, I think it's Angelic Wings. It gives 1/2 and flying, which would be awesome here. Be able to live. All right. Man, that's a lot of fat. Was it Angelic Wings? No, it's another one then. It's Nimbus Favor or Nimbus Wings. I think it's Nimbus Wings is the one I use because it has a pump bonus, right? It gives +1/+2, which is very relevant. That's the one. The other one draws a card. That one gives the boost. Are they going to forget to attack? Can we lean on that? Stay tuned for the next adventures of terror. Terror in the skies. What are they doing? Wait, Orim's Cure Ourself. That would be a pretty funny play. That Sentinel's Eyes. Maybe they didn't see us play that though. Maybe they were watching the stream. I don't know. What's this? Yeah, we'll just block with everything just to do it. Just to wear down stuff. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. Boop. We'll call blue. Acting like we got some sort of answer, right? To which they would just have a counterspell. And we're dead. Those terrors are getting less and less impressive. Alrighty. Guy has a lot of counter magic. Let me bring that in. We'll run the full Strands package, which will buy us a lot of time. The Umbra, I love First Strike. It's very relevant in this matchup. That the death effect is irrelevant because of the bounce. So I'm really hesitant to lose one of those, but I think that might be where we need to go. I love this because it can just trade with their guys or kill them. So I don't want to get rid of that. Let's lose one Sentinel. Well, we're running all the strands here. I think we can lose one Eyes. Let's try that. Hiya! All right. One more game after this. God, I haven't taken a single break. I've had a lot of coffee, too. Yeah, I want to play first. I'm going to win first, too. Watch this. Oops. Mulligan. Woo. Whole lot of stuff. Oh, boy. Don't have any protection. Too many lands. I'm throwing this back. Mulligan. All right, we're keeping this. I'll probably throw back Sentinel's Eyes. Boy, this is a rough one. Do I throw back Basilica? Basilica really ensures that early play, but I really want to drop a Lost Leonin first. So, yeah, we're going to keep this, first of all. All right, let me get rid of a Strands. I might regret that. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Let's get rid of that. There's been too many games. I want to keep this early tempo, but we might not draw any more lands, and so this will ensure that we're kind of locked and loaded. This is the most aggressive rollout here. Don't want to see a turn one Delver because it gives them a blocking opportunity. So we really need to just drop a Benevolent Blessing with this style, right? Lost Leonin is one of the most efficient. I think it's the most efficient kill ratios in a creature in all of Pauper. I wished that into existence, didn't I? There's nothing with technically better stats than that. Well, I'm not complaining. Let's just see a Bodyguard or Benevolent Bless. Something with the word benevolent show up. Benevolent Infect. Anybody come up with a good name for this list other than the boring Orzhov Infect? It's very accurate, but awfully boring. I really don't like this new art. This looks goofy. All right, let's keep this in mind. Make sure. It's getting a little cold. It is December after all. Snap. Crap. They've got a counterspell. Sit back and wait. Good news is their yard is very, is this a foil? Are these the same card? We will have to assume for now. That's, worse things can happen. We'll bring out the Leonin, they'll counter it. We'll drop a Basilica pass, and then hopefully we can get a creature to stick in the next 2 turns. Or, that's nice. That's really nice. I'll bring this out. This is when I love Basilica. It's just even though we're losing tempo and the counterspell war here, we're going to have 4 mana. It's like we never missed a drop. Cool. Not the one we really wanted anyway. Actually, in this matchup, that is the one we wanted. But it is nice to have the inevitability and the vigilance built in with Priests of Norn, because we are running all 4 Prismatic Strands in this last matchup. The race to see if I can infect them or they can kill us. Delver, cool. I'm starting to regret throwing that Prismatic back, especially if that one flips too. They could just go on a hardcore counter, get rid of the fat. Who knows? Mindstab Thrill says, hey, here's one for you. I did a search on who has black and white flags. Call the deck Cornwall Infect. For like the 3 people that follow Pauper that will get the reference. But good on you for looking. Thank you, my friend. I think you ought to sacrifice and discard that idea 3 times. Mindstab. Wink, wink. All right, that's enough lands. It's getting tiresome. And where's my Unearth right now, right? Float the black, they counter it. Whack! Maybe we'll draw Unearth next turn, because this will get countered. They only have 3 cards. Who knows? Maybe they're not on it. So this is another time when I love Bonesplitter, right? Sometimes you'll do this and they're like, snap! And it's like, all right, Bonesplitter's back next turn. I get just that knee-jerk reaction, just like, or like, you know, the Vigilance when your graveyard's full. It's like, okay, I'll pay 1 more white and do it again. It's just neat to squeak that out. Not quite sure what you mean there, T. Prado. Playing Pauper right now. I've been in Cornwall many times, but I couldn't tell you what color their flag was. Flags, such a silly thing. Just these imaginary lines we draw. Languages slowly change, or the food does. So I've always said we need a close call asteroid to make everybody feel human. Quit making these pretend lines. Let's play games and get along. We all have to stay on the same rock, right? Solid infection. Have I been playing Pauper? From the very, very beginning. Magic almost from the beginning. I started in 1994. I used to play for Auntie until I built up my set. Gambling on the streets. Turning moxes sideways on concrete. That's how I roll. No more lands. Oh, this is getting frustrating. This decision could be relevant. Let's go. Thought of playing Slagwork Armor and going all in with the solid footing plan. That would be hilarious. I do have a deck, kind of a Doran style deck that's all based. There's multiple shields that give vigilance in like 03. And it's literally the same card, so you can play 8 of them. It's pretty fun. I think it's Slag Worm. That's right. Yeah, I remember playing for Anti at Homeland's pre-release. Oh, Mind Step Throw, nice. Played Illusions of Grandeur and forgot the upkeep. It's great. We have seen a Spell Pierce. We got to do something quick. We really need to top deck a Prismatic Strands here. Thank God our creature has Vigilance, because we can keep attacking and casting it back and forwards. This is going to be a game loss. We shall see. Scour. We really need a Prismatic Strands so badly. It's been a long time since I've died to Delvers. Yeah, that's a 1-swing kill with Slagworm Armor. Boom! Moldovan Hordes. Oh, I know it was a big deal. Yeah, anything that resembled the Jazam Djinn was just like, oh my god, it's a 5/5 for 4 mana. It's like, and you can just bounce it. Or nobody played like that. Or were those guys? Come on, Prismatic Strands! Oh, we lose. Not what I needed. Yeah. I don't know why we should attack. We'll just concede here. They've got it. No drama. Well, all right, we're 2-2. I really feel like we should have won that match, but we drew way too many lands here. I'm going to go get some more coffee, guys. And as an excuse, I wanted to run this thing before it's irrelevant. So I'll be right back with coffee and the last round. Woo!
This set introduces 3 new mechanics to Magic the Gathering, all designed to allow players to spelunk to their heart's content into the depths of Ixalan. Obviously, the first thing to do when searching for underground treasure is to descend. This takes on a few different forms that all reward you for putting permanent cards into your graveyard. The new ability keyword Descend, with a numerical value after it, shows up on a number of cards that improve or gain new abilities once there are that number of permanent cards in your graveyard. The horrific Uchbembak can come back from your graveyard once you have 8 cards and pay some mana. Other cards get a bonus if a permanent card was put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn. Seen here on the Myco Tyrant, the fungal overlord of the caverns who spreads black fungus for each descent. In being the Gestalt mind of Ixalan's mycoids, its power and toughness are linked to the size of your fungal network. Of course, if you survive Uchbembak and the Myco Tyrant, you may discover some treasure yet. With this new mechanic, you can exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with a mana value equal or less than the discover value, at which point you can cast it at no cost or put it into your hand. And as you collect valuable cards in the caverns, you might find that not everything is as it seems. The new craft ability turns the mundane into the magnificent. Exile the required components, pay a bit of mana, and transform your find into a much more powerful possession. Locus of Enlightenment retains those abilities from your sacrifice while also doubling their effect. Explore is a returning mechanic from original Ixalan. As a twist in this set, some cards create map tokens, which are artifacts you can pay a mana and sacrifice to let a creature explore.
Remember that? You know what's funny about that? When I did the Gray Mask, or Gary Mask, whatever you want to call it, that was right when COVID was starting. Right, I mean, like, it was just starting to get in the news, and I did a mask. It was so weird. Funny how life does that, right? Little did we know what a crazy upheaval that would cause. All right. This is a whole lot of nothing. We're going to mulligan this. Boop. Like any masks. All right, we'll keep this. Oh, this is tough. I guess we get rid of a blessing. Done. It's hard to get rid of a blessing. Multiple blessings. What are you doing? Okay, looks like a glitter. We might have to use that blessing as a defense. Throw it on their creature and say white, which sucks because then they're protected from our list, but alrighty, that's enough of that. I guess we'll do a grotto just to ensure our next hand is not that. Get out of here. Enough lands. Bottom. God, I love grotto. I'm going to start seeing a lot more of those. I got to find better. Does anybody know if there's a alternate frame? I've got so many little credits I've got to use up. So I don't care if it costs a lot, but I'm just not a fan of this. I like that, you know, the old style of like the land frames. Anybody know? Or is grotto a one of one? I'm sure this is just going to get reprinted forever. That was one of my lowest rated shows, was that when we did the Gray Mask of Asphodio, because it took like 2 or 3 shows, so it was a 3-part thing, and it's fun talking to everybody, but as far as replayability, everybody was just like, Oh, 2 different arts, but only 1 frame? Yeah, I'm sure I looked at the other option before I got this one. Well, the good news is most of the time this is a blue-white based, so we don't really have to worry about too much. The problem here is that they have artifacts, so we either need a big dude that they can't run into and hope Ginger Brute doesn't become a thing, or, well, the Umbra is going to go a long way, and the Vigilance is going to go a long way. This is interesting. I really want to see a basic plane here, believe it or not. All right, well, that's not too bad. I believe I want to do the Umbra, right? Umbra, sit back, do nothing. I'll throw an Umbra on it. I'll drop a, oh, hold on. If I just drop a grotto, I can do both, right? Yeah, that's cool. Bloop. Let's do this. I got to remember, I can, the other ability, this isn't all that. I've already got one. I'll say bottom. Hopefully we can Let's go with white here. We'll tap this for that. Now we've got the best of both worlds. Woo! Try attacking into this, sucker. Don't do that too many times. All right. Oh, what is it? What's that one white spell? I know there's Apostle's Blessing works, and then there's another one like Razor Barrier or something that you can actually give something protection from artifacts, but I think there's only 2 total cards that do that. Mind Stab, you know better than that? I hate foils. All right. Alrighty, I'm not going to complain about this. I've only got the one move. Let's attack first. Gosh, at this stage, is it better to just cycle that maybe? Yeah, our benevolent package doesn't do too much here. I think we got to save this as a defensive move and just keep smashing. I was probably going to lose Ornithopters for a few turns in a row. That's it. Isn't it sad that I remembered it had the word razor in it? Bye-bye, Thopta. Crunch. Just going to slow roll this. Drop the Basilica. Consider... I will consider cycling Unearth. You know what? Maybe if our Grotto shows something awesome, we can cycle. Either way. But it's a nice line if you don't need your Unearths. You always forget, man. It's such a good card. Cycles for 2. Brings back stuff it shouldn't. Got to respect the Glitters play here. They might have a Metallic Rebuke, but that's getting weaker and weaker as the game goes on. There it is. All right. How big is it? 7? The big conundrum here. One is Metallic Rebuke, but the other is if I give them a pro-white creature, it's incredibly hard for us to win the game. They just block indefinitely. So I don't know if it seems so simple, right? Just like, oh, I'll just make it pro-white and it falls off. Yeah, and then they have a blocker for the rest of the game that I literally can't kill. I could still put it on the Thopter. It just makes Glitters fall off, but considering taking this, I really don't want to give them a... That's a lot of damage. I'll do the thing. We might get a Rebuke. And howdy back at you, Griffin. Good to see you. All right. I'm almost mad that this went through, right? At least we're going to probably get an Inspector out of the trade here. All right, so they don't have Rebuke. Do I cycle now? I think I'll wait. That sucks. Well, now we'll get what we want here. We'll scry and we'll draw it if we want to. Ooh, that's gross. Bottom. This is like our last attack here, man. I'm going to cycle this. Don't be a land. Not only is it a land, it's probably the top one. We have drawn all 3 of them, 12 cards in. That's crazy. Well, we bought some time. We can't really be attacked. This is the conundrum I've faced the few times I've run this list. My White Infect list, I really like it because you can make something have flying, which in this scenario isn't good either because of the Ornithopter, but most of the time it's a Ginger Brute that has that. Model the mixture. Uh-oh. Fabi Vischer. Okay. I wish I had another one, but I don't. We've got one more turn, folks. We do have anti-artifact stuff, so make sure to write that down. This is glitter. Azorius. Take this. White can do a lot of stuff, but I don't know if there's many white cards that can give haste. I think there's a creature that taps and gives haste. That's white. I might be making that up, though. All right, we're dead. All right, yeah, there's nothing to do here. Concede. We have lost the first game, but we will go for the ultra hate. Revoke Existence. Dun, 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 dun. This might be valuable because with this build, if we do have to do that same scenario to stay alive and they have an Ornithopter that's protected from white, we just wait for the stinger to show up, right? I'll lose an Eyes. I'll lose a Bonesplitter. And I'll lose a Bodyguard? I think so. It's not much protection. Actually, I might lose 2. Keep the Eyes. Do I lose 3 Bodyguards? I think I do. I think I want my Bonesplitter back. So many scenarios. It's just, Bodyguard's just not going to be that relevant here. I mean, do I want to lose all of them? Oh, we've got Blessing. I think I do. I think I'm going to bring in a little Billy Idol action just to have the option of gaining some life maybe. And with a Bonesplitter, I can trade with you know who. Or do I bring in the Longbow? I'm actually going to bring in the Longbow. I could see them bringing in a, what do you call, Standard Bearer, which we can always give pro-white to, but we've seen how that goes, so I'd like the option. Do you want to play first? Yes. Okay, Longbow, I didn't mean for you to show up in my opening hand. Oh, do we chance it? Mulligan. I have to win here. Ooh, we got the thing. We can do the thing. Did I get rid of Unearth here instead? Probably just want volume, right? They're not going to have any removal. Let's get rid of Unearth. Glad I stared at that for a while. Ooh, this is the last game. I got to stretch out, get warmed up, put on all my ridiculous looking Santa gear to go sweat like crazy and hopefully murder some people on the pickleball court. If I've played anything like I have this week, that might come true. Only problem is my wife's a good player. She's not a great player. Top. This just keeps getting better. And she's a very solid player. And I know it sounds egocentric to say, but I'm just, the athleticism and stuff like that, it's whenever we play doubles, it's kind of painful because I'm just like, all right, I'm just competitive enough where I'm like, I would have got that, you know. Alrighty. They're off to a quick start. We will save what we're going to draw next for what matters. I wish I had Glasses of Urza right now. It might be worthy of grabbing that drum. But the second you do that with a Revoke here, you're getting the deep troubles. We'll probably, maybe even use that on a Mur. I don't know. Oh, that's good. Hey, maybe I'll start doing that Mind Stab Throw. This hand is liquid. Makes more sense. If it flows, it can do anything, right? Got all these options. Glad I didn't pick on the drum. I really don't want this to be glitters for a few reasons. All right, it is. We don't have an instant, and I really don't want to use a whole turn up doing this. But we can get out of Metallic Rebuke territory here. Boop, 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 boom. All right. Gotta respect the play here. Bonk. Oh no, do they have an answer? Yikes. Good answer. Target permanent. So even if I targeted glitters, that would have worked. Nice play. Yeah, Griffin, it's janky as hell, but if you've got a way to discard the extras, man, that's such a amazing ability every turn. Just like, hey, let me see what you look. Let me cheat. Let me see what you got. It's just crazy. All right, now they're really putting it to us. We've got to draw one of our 2 revokes left just to stay alive here and be at 5. We started red hot. We beat Affinity, lost to LD, beat, we beat a really good Affinity deck, and then we beat a really, you know, both of them meta-friendly, like the UR control list. Lost a very close one to Big Blue. Feels like a 3-2 day, but I think it's going to be a 2-3 day. Yeah, we just die here. And, you know, Prismatic Strands can't do it either, so we're dead. I mean, we've got the fun stuff here, and even if I went all in like that, we would have still been at the damage. If I attack right now, they just block, So note to self, moving forward, this style, it's not like I bring this to a league. Yeah, actually, I would. This is one of those lists that'll go like a 3-2 and just piss off a lot of people because it's got just enough recursion and stuff to just really, as we saw, you know, what did we beat? We beat meta decks except for the glitter one. But yeah, I really like this list. Obviously, it needs a little work with the your typical anti-artifact sort of tech. I don't know if I'd go hard in the paint with that, with like disenchants and stuff like that. I think Revoke's a good call. I do not want to be playing Dust to Dust and taking up an entire turn to pick on lands and stuff. That's not what this deck is about. This is about turning things sideways and sometimes not turning them sideways in the case of this or Sentinel's Eyes, and so that we can play things like this and this at a lot more steady pace. So we'll go out with a little Mind Stab throw here, courtesy of Mind Stab. I don't know why my phone is refreshing. That's strange. Always something, right? You stream long enough, you're going to have something come up. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, I'll be back the same time. No, our normal time next week, 9 a.m. And till then, wish me luck at Pickleball. We'll have a little holiday themes creeping into the next 2 shows as we get closer to Christmas or to the holidays and whatnot. So hope you're having a good time. I'll be online all weekend as usual, except for the next few hours. And hopefully this video will be up on YouTube soon enough. But till then, thanks for dropping by. Please like, subscribe, tell a friend, blah, blah, blah. We'll see you all next week, everybody. Adios. Boo.